Hello. It's one of those days where it's dry all day and it's been sunny, and it's been nice enough to come outside, but I've been inside doing household jobs. I've made chocolate marble cake for our tree surgeon. I've got some duck stock cooking, and now I've come out to spend a little bit of time outside, and I was going to be I'm going to tackle the next load of wood chips that the tree surgeon bought me last night, because he says there's another load coming tonight, hence making him some chocolate cake, because I happen to know that's his favourite, and it's nice to share a cup of tea and a slice of cake with people, and particularly if you make the effort to make their favourite cake. Now, I'm actually not going to have any of that cake at all, because it's made with ordinary flour, so it's got gluten in it. It seemed to me a very good way of stopping myself from eating yet more cake, to make one that I can't actually eat. You may remember a week or two ago we were bought quite a large amount of wood chippings by the tree surgeon, which Mr. J and I spread out over this area in the mini orchard at the front of the house, and it's about 12 inches deep, which I'm quite pleased about. Well, last night the tree surgeon turned up with probably a double trailer load size. He'd taken the trailer part, and then he'd put big boards down each side of it so that he could stack the wood chippings up really high, and it's now covering from here pretty much back to the fence back there, but it's not even, so I'm just going to have a go at levelling it out a bit. Monty's come to help. So my aim with this, which looks like some sort of blue spruce or a blue pine, is to carry on spreading it out across the mini orchard, with the view that the whole thing will get covered with about a minimum of 12 inches of wood chip right across it. And that's because over the next couple of years I want to turn that mini orchard not only into a place where there's fruit, not only minimise the amount of mowing that we need to do there, but I want to plant the back half of it with currant bushes, so it's an even more productive area than it is now. So it's got the 4 fruit trees in it. That's 2 apples, a pear and a cherry, and they've been fruity and they're very lovely. But it seems to me that I can use the back half, the part furthest away from the house, to continue the productive area, plant some small planting guilds there, so that each tree can then have a nitrogen fixing plant with it, and something like a couple of currants as well, which will provide just that much more fruit for the space. I'm quite excited. Well, I'm excited about a lot of it, but I am quite excited now. We've got so much wood chip going down in that area. I can really see it starting to take shape. While I'm out here, I've just spotted that the little nature pond behind me here has got a really hideous shade of green in the last few days. I think that's an algae build-up. It's because there is absolutely no shade for the water. I'm not really sure what I can do about it. I think I can help clear it by putting barley straw in it. So I may need to get a little bundle of barley straws and see if that will help. But I think most importantly, I need to get some pond plants in there. that's far from perfect, and it's far from even, but there is some more coming today, so that can go on top and make that layer a bit deeper. I think looking at the orchard, we're possibly about halfway, maybe a little bit more than halfway through covering this, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, last year I put a 4 to 6 inch layer towards the front of the garden. That was nowhere near enough to stop the weeds coming up through it, and also to be working their roots through it, so there was a lot of bindweed, and it's not that big, it's not the big white flowered bindweed, it's really pretty little pink flowered bindweed. Thing is, it is really pretty, and I'd be quite happy to have it growing in some patches here because I think it's beautiful, but it is really invasive. It sends out those big nasty white roots everywhere, weaving through everything, and I know it would choke out my crops fairly quickly, which is why I'm looking at having at least a 12 inch layer, and I'm still not convinced that will be enough, but it's certainly going to be a brilliant start. I think that's it for me today. There's still quite a lot I need to get on with in the house. I really don't want to show you me doing housework because that's, well, everybody does that, and to me it's not hugely interesting. I don't do anything any different to anyone else, probably just not quite as well as everyone else. And I also need to get some food prepared for Mr. J when he gets home from work. When you have just walked a half marathon, I think it's quite important that you've got something filling to eat when you get back. And I have the luxury of not having to travel to work and not having to do all that walking, so I like to make sure that I've cooked him something nice for when he gets home. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you can join me again tomorrow.